Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Hello guys, my name is Aubrey
And my name is Adelio.
and welcome back to Weekend English Talk. For today's podcast, we have a wonderful guest.
He won Al-Hazeen Kids Cutting Up competition, and he is Brother Arjuna Lakeisha.
So, Brother Arjuna, would you like to introduce yourself?
Okay, so hello, my name is Arjuna. My name is Arjuna, and I'm from IDN Boarding School Pamijahan, and I'm an 8th grade student. And yeah, there's something special about me that I like coding, I like making games, because when I was kid, I'm interested to make games. I want to be a game developer when I was kid, and that's the reason why I'm doing my study in IDN Boarding School Pamijahan.
Okay, Brother Arjuna. So, how did you find this amazingly cool school that is IDN Boarding School?
So the first story is I was playing games because I'm interested in games and I wanted to make a game, right? And I was playing with my siblings. So I have one little brother. His name is Shafiq. So we were playing Roblox together, and then my mom called me. So, hey, son, do you want to go school in here? And then I asked, what is the school name? It's IDN Boarding School. At first, I wasn't interested. But when I see some clips about IDN Boarding School, like they make robots, they make games, and I was amazed, and I'm interested to join IDN Boarding School Pamijahan. And so we sign up to IDN Pamijahan. No, actually we signed to IDN before we go to IDN Jonggol, but I was still nervous. Like, I don't want to leave my parents because I will miss them very much, and I want to do my best to make my future more better, but because it's for my own future, so I need to sacrifice my family. So then I go to Jonggol and I got accepted. I was crying because I will miss my parents, but my parents motivate me like, don't cry, it's for your future. Mom will be proud if you be a success man in the future. So I will try my best. So I thought I will go to IDN Jonggol, but IDN Jonggol already full. The slot is already full. So we go to IDN Pamijahan, and I am the first people that arrived in IDN Pamijahan with all of my friends.
So, Brother Arjuna, how do you learn in IDN Boarding School Bogor?
So actually, the first I was still a little bit stressed because I'm missing my family. It's when Idat. I miss my family,
I thought that
my friend at home, and I miss my little brother because sometimes we play games together. But before that, I met a lot of friends like Alfat. So before that, we play together. We play tag in the field, and it was so fun. So that thing make me forget about my family and make me struggle more harder in IDN Pamijahan. And then when it already starts, we met our teacher. So before that, some teacher is like two young men, which is Ustad Riza and Ustad Sharon, just come. So we don't realize. I thought they wasn't the teacher, but they come and then bring our laptop and put it in the office. So it was like, it's fine. So we play together, and then at the first KBM, my teacher was Ustad Sharon. So he teaches IT and about Google products.
Yeah.
Okay, so how many games have you made in Scratch?
Oh, that's a lot, because I have a lot of accounts in Scratch. Like, I sometimes sign up to an account and then I accidentally sign out from the account, so I make another one, make another game. And for my opinion, my best game that I made is a game called Valorant 2D. So it's basically like Valorant, but it's from scratch. I made it using Scratch. And there are also lots of games from competitions and my modification games like Catching Fruit and many more. And also there is like my competition games like the Al-Hazeen thing and like a Ramadan competition when I was joining a competition in IDN, like internal competition about Ramadan, and yeah, so there is a lot of game.
So, before you join IDN, have you ever used Scratch or learned Scratch?
So I have a dream to be a game developer, but I haven't learned how to make a game, so I'm still like a noob. So I like to draw, like designing characters, and in my mind I'm going to make this character in a game, but I don't know how to make a game. So before I go to IDN, I never learned Scratch before because I never used laptop in my whole life when I was kid, because I only use phone, and maybe laptops I only use for playing Roblox with my little brother. I never make games using Scratch. I don't know what is Scratch. After I go to IDN, I just know what is Scratch. And
So, what was your first impressions of IDN?
so my first impression is, yeah, I was still sad because when I arrived at IDN, I missed my parents. And before that, we arrived at Masjid Jabal Sari. So I see some of my friends, which is Afsar and Falen. So both of them are crying because they're missing their parent, and I was like, I'm going to miss you guys. And so that we go right using a car to IDN, and then while on the way, I see lots of views and sceneries, beautiful things that make me relax. So my first impression when going to IDN, I feel a little bit sad, but not too sad.
So, after you joined IDN, about a few days or one month later, do you still miss your parents?
So after 1 month of Idat, I actually forget about my parents, but when I was calling my parents, I sometimes cry. So that's after Idat. But after a long time, after time is running, now I'm strong. So when I call my parents, I'm just sharing about what I do in IDN, like I ever sparring in Muay Thai, and then I make game, I win competition, blah 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 blah. Like tell something good about my experience in IDN to my family. And the most thing that I like when I was calling my parents is that my parents smile when I talk with them. And sometimes when my parents smile, oh, my heart is like, oh no, I'm missing you, oh my god, I want to go home, like that.
Okay, so what was your favorite extracurricular in IDN?
Actually, I don't like all of the extracurriculars before in IDN because like I never play futsal. But when I was elementary, I ever play futsal, but I accidentally kick a ball, and then that ball crashed into my friend's head, and then my friend's head go to hospital, and then I got called by the principal of my elementary school. And so that's why I never play futsal in my whole entire life, because I'm traumatized. But my friends in 8th grade like motivate me to try to play futsal, like blah 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 blah, come on, play futsal, it's going to be fun, if you try maybe you will like it. So I play futsal, and I usually be the back in futsal. The second extracurricular is Muay Thai. So at first in 7th grade, I didn't like Muay Thai because it's too hard. It's like if we did some mistakes, we will get kicked or not get jab, strike, or uppercut or hook, because that I feel scared. But after that, Coach Hamza like motivate all of us to not be scared and keep trying, because Coach Hamza is mad to us because he is scared about us for our future. So like if we got robbed, we can fight back the criminal. And so that's why I like Muay Thai this time, because like Muay Thai have lots of things that I like I ever want to try sparring. Like I want to try against sparring because it's like Street Fighter or not Mortal Kombat. I like playing that games. And what extracurricular?
Swimming.
Oh yeah, swimming. Actually, I don't know. I never swim. I ever swim in my entire life. I ever swim, but I drowned. And because of that, I'm traumatized, and I cannot swim. So I swim like standing up, and my leg is touching the floor, and I'm doing my style like this. Actually, I'm walking in the water. So that means I'm stuck at swimming. But I still like it because it's refreshing and it's cold. And actually, swimming is my favorite hobby because I ever get drowned and then my dad saved me. Like my dad's a lifesaver. We
What about horse riding?
in my class 8B, we never do horse riding because the first class that did the horse riding is from 8A, so we haven't tried and we haven't take the experience of horse riding.
So, what is the best game you made in Scratch?
Like I said before, my best game is Valorant 2D, because I'm interested in Valorant because my friend just said to me like, Valorant's the best game, play it, MacBook cannot play Valorant. So that's why I want to make some money to buy a new laptop for playing games. And the reason why I like the Valorant 2D because it's the most complex coding that I ever made, and if I erase it, I be so mad because like I already work hard on this project. Why did I erase it? Oh my god! Like, can you imagine like you already make a lot of projects, your favorite projects, and then your project just disappear from nowhere? You will be mad, bad, yeah. And also, I know Valorant 2D have lots of bugs inside it, but I still like it because complex coding. I like complex things.
So what are your favorite program in IDN?
My favorite program is IDN Magazine. So I'm one of the IDN Magazine designing team, and this time we're going to do the season 2 project of IDN Magazine. So stay tuned. And the reason why I like designing is because my friend also motivate me to design. Because so first, I don't like design. I only like making games, and in this day I'm joining the IKCC competition, but because my friend motivate me, IDN Magazine, let's be the best at designing. Let's make some more magazines. Let's make cool content so that, and because of that, I didn't join the IKCC competition because now I'm interested in designing.
All right. So, wait. How do you feel when you make games? Like, do you feel like you're so motivated like that or not?
Okay, so before I start making games, when we start a new project, actually it's blank. There's nothing inside, and I was like, I'm lazy to make a UI. I'm lazy to make a design. So, never mind. And then when I feel there's no job to do, I open my laptop. Okay, let's just make games. And then in the middle of it, I'm interested in the game, so I create the whole game, and I feel like, wee, I make a game. I'm amazing, like that.
So, what was your first impression of the teachers here?
So, there is a lot of things to talk about it. So, the first thing is that when I meet Ustad Shahron, yeah, it's fine. He's just good. He's nice. He is like a supportive teacher. Like if we did something wrong, and if we feel like stressed about our project, he will always like support us and motivate us. Like before, there's a certification about WordPress, and I was like, I won't do this. I will lose. I won't finish my project. And then because of that, Ustad Sharon like, calm down. I know you can do it. You can go to the next grade. So there's a challenge from Ustad Riza, which is we need to make we need to finish a course about WordPress, and that takes a lot of time. Like making one website needs like lots of weeks, and in here the Wi-Fi is lagging, so I'm so stressed out. And then Ustad Sharon called me like, calm down, you can do this. So I make it, and I success. Also, although I got punished because I did it late.
What's your hobby and what do you do when you're at home?
So my hobby is I like drawing and making animations, and I want to be an animator in the future because I want to share some experience for the using the animations. And then I also like making games, but when I was in a mood. If I'm not in a mood, I close my laptop. And this time my hobby is designing, like IDN magazine. I like to design, and I'm really focusing in this magazine because I want to upgrade my skill. And also my other hobbies are playing games because why? You know Roblox, right?
Yes.
So there is a lot of people from other countries that speak English, and because of that game, I never play that game. Maybe I ever, but not always. So if I play that game, I will like got upgrade my skill. Like I can speak English, so I will learn new vocabularies and more. And I also like playing futsal. Although before I'm traumatized because making my friends go to hospital, and this time I'm motivated again. And what I do in my free time at home. So at home, IDN don't have any time to take a rest. So IDN always need to focus for your success. So that's why at home I do my tasks. So there is home tasks too, and if we don't do it, sometimes we get punishment. Like I did before, like the certification, we need to do it at home. So I got punishment because I did it in IDN. And so that's why we need to manage our time at learning and playing games or making games, or you're doing your hobbies. And sometime at home, after I go back from the school to IDN, I sometimes hang out with my families and my online friends, or not. I make games, or watching series with my father. Like I'm a big fan of Marvel. You know Marvel?
Yes.
Superhero things. Like I'm a big fan of it, and sometimes I watch series or movies with my parents, with my father at home. My father is also a big fan of Marvel.
Okay, so what is your favorite game engine, and how many contests have you competed in it?
What?
What is your favorite game engine?
My favorite game engine is Scratch because I ever interested in Buildbox because we are going to make a 3D game, but because Buildbox still have a lot of bugs inside, never mind. I'm still interested in Scratch because there's a lot of things you can do using Scratch, making animation and then making games. And I'm going to try to use cloud variable. I'm going to learn that. I'm going to make a list also in Scratch and using my blocks. And I'm also going to learn about making 3D games in Scratch, like what my favorite YouTuber Griff Patch did. I'm going to learn about that.
Oh. So, what do you use to make animation? Is it Scratch?
Yes. So at home, before I learn Scratch, I make animation using like drawing. And
Like a 2D animation?
yes, and it sucks. And so that's why I go to IDN, actually not for making animations but for making games. But after I heard that Scratch could make animations, so that's why I'm interested in making animations in Scratch. Like you can use text custom, you can use glide, you can use anything using Scratch. Like you can make anything, like literally anything.
So how many competition have you competed?
I think I compete lots of competition. So the first I ever compete in Clefio, which is a coding competition with Brother Azmi, Fairuz, Kamil, and Akbar. The second competition is a speech competition with Brother Shifan. And then after that, I also compete in a startup competition with Brother Nafi and Brother Farzan. And I also compete in IKCC with Brother Shitki, Brother Andro, Brother Faris, Brother Azmi, Brother Kamil, and me. So 6 people. And I also ever compete in competition, an IDN an IDN national competition with me, with Brother Azmi again, and then Brother Fauzan, Brother Julian, and Brother Farzan. So brother Azmi is competing in a speech competition. Farzan is in a like Islamic uh, lecture competition, and Julian is competing in a lecture competition, and Fauzan is in a scratch competition. So I compete in a storytelling competition, and Alhamdulillah I win it again.
Ah, yes. So, how many times have you won in a competition?
So I think there is a lot of times I won, like Clefio. Okay, maybe I will count it. Clefio, I won in the second place, but in a teacher category. So Usat Sharon joined the Clefio competition, but he didn't make the game, so I make the game for Usat Sharon, and I got money, but the certificate goes to Usat Sharon. I'm targeting the certificate, but it's fine. And then I win the IDN national competition. I win storytelling, and oh yeah, I ever compete in one competition, which is the MIT App Inventor competition, that is directed by the Gecko Fest competition. So in the selection, my team is with Julian and Shitki, but we didn't go to the selection because yeah, we haven't learned about the MIT App Inventor. So Azmi and Kamil's group goes to the competition, and Azmi's team won. And after storytelling, coding competition with Clefio, and I ever go to the startup competition, but I'm in the fifth as the winner of the fifth. So my app that I made is Peduli Anak. So it's like an app where we can protect our child, like monitoring online. And the last competition that I win is the Al-Hazeen competition.
You like designing, right?
Yes.
What is your first impression of using Figma?
So I didn't understand Figma in the first place because the people that is interested in Figma is only brother Nafi, brother Falan, and brother Akbar, and also brother Alfat. So and brother Fatir. So I didn't understand Figma, and when I was 7 till 8th grade, I only design using Canva. And one day I got invited to join the IDN Minimax designing team, and in that time I learned Figma with them. So my experience was like, oh no, I didn't understand Figma. Like there's a lot of things inside, like lots of features that also some of my teacher didn't know all of the features inside. So I was like, oh hell no, this is so hard. Like as the time goes, now finally I can learn Figma, although not all of the features I know. Okay.
Okay. So, um,
Who is your best friend?
My best friend in IDN Boarding School Pamijahan, there is 3 best friends, which is brother Alfat, although we ever fight, but it's just a joke, so we became peace again. And then there is brother Nafi, the person that teaches me design, and brother Ahnaf, because we are interested in playing games together. Like we ever wanted to play games together, Brawlhalla, but we didn't did it. And there's also a lot of my friends, but the 3 people that I mentioned are my best friend. Like there is brother Azmi, is only my friend. Like we like to speak English together. Oh, and making games together. We ever did a collaboration about making games like TDS. We ever make TDS, the game that is inspired by Roblox. So we make it in Scratch, but there is still a few bugs inside. And then we quit making it, but I think Azmi is still doing the game. Okay, next.
so I forgot. Wait, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Do you want to be a game developer in the future?
I'm still thinking about it. So my the thing that I want to do after I done with the junior high school in IDN Boarding School Pamijahan, there is 3 things that I will pick. Because I like designing and making games, I need to pick one of these three division, like multimedia for designing, RPL software engineer for making apps, and game developer for making games. So I'm still thinking about it.
How many Jews have you memorized?
I only memorized one juice, but before I go, so before I go to IDN, when I was like kindergarten, I memorized two juice,
Oh,
Wow.
but I forget. It was juice 29, but I forget.
Wow.
okay. I heard that you take the first place in Al-Hazeen Kids competition. So, what were you feeling when you were in front of everyone and presenting your game?
It feels normal because I have a lot of experience presenting some things that I want to present. Like when the first time I present is about Google products, so it was a little bit awkward because oh my god, I'm talking to my own friend. I think this is like oh my god, this sucks. I think I will be the worst. Like before, when I was elementary, I ever present something and then they were not paying attention, and because of that I'm like oh no.
So, do you still read the text when you're having a presentation?
Well, Mr. Abil ever said to me that if you're presenting, you should not read text and you need to improve your speaking skills. Like before I was elementary, when I was presenting, I used text, and that makes my presenting a little bit glitchy, like that.
I heard from Ustad Ubida that when you were at Al-Hazeen Kids coding competition, you brother Arjuna and your friends stay at your home. So, when you're at your home, what were you doing?
So when we arrive at my home, yeah, we just wait for my mother because my mother is in job and she will come back after the praying Jumat has done. So before that, my mother said that she will give the key to one of my neighbors and I need to search that key. So after we go inside, we didn't do anything. We didn't eat. We didn't sleep. We didn't watch TV. We make our games. And at the night in Maghrib, we did holakoh, like what you did like what we did in IDN. So Ustad Riza will ask three questions, which is continuing a verse, but Brother Azmi is safe, but me, Kamil, and Fadel didn't. We are not safe. We answered the wrong thing, so we push up. Like that.
So, on the way to the place for Al-Hazeen competition, is it really far from IDN to that place?
So from Al-Hazeen to ISBSD, it's for like we need to stay in my house because when we arrived, actually it's not that far because when we goes from Subuh to my home, it's still evening, and because the competition starts in Saturday, so we need to stay in my house for continuing our game, for learning to speak up again, and learning to be confident.
So, what game did you make for Al-Hazeen competition?
Oh, the game is called Indonesian Traditional Games. The game is about traditional games from Indonesia. Like there is two traditional games that I add, which is Egrang and Petak Umpet. So there will be like an animation mixed with some games inside.
When you enter the Al-Hazeen competition, like you arrive at the place, you see a lot of people. How do you feel? How do you feel about that?
I feel normal because before we start the competition, we are refreshing ourselves. Like, okay, let's go tour to the ISBSD. Like, we buy some foods. We eat chickens over there, and then we look at some comic books and watch some Islamic things, and we also get a free pen because of drinking a milk.
So, how do you get your topic in scratch when you're making a game?
So how I get the theme for the game when Al-Hazeen. So when there is a technical meeting, the theme about the competition is Indonesia. So there's a lot of things about Indonesia, but because we are going to make a game, I'm going to make a game from Indonesia, like Egrang and Petakumpat, like that.
So I heard that there's in the Al-Hazeen competition, there's two competition combined at one. So what is it?
Oh, so there was three competition actually.
Yeah.
It was
forgot.
Scratch, Tukebel, and Python.
Ah,
And there are some contestants from other IDN like IDN Jonggol and then Solo. I don't know. But as I know there is from Jonggol and from IDN Akhwat. So so I was so happy because like okay, Scratch only like 20 people. So we did the game because there will be 9 finalists, right? So we did the game, and then at night, in the next day after we wake up and pray subuh, Ustaz Riza announced who goes to the final. So I was like, okay, maybe me, Kamil, Azmi, and Fadel could go to the final, and I was so shocked when I heard that 3 competition got combined, and only me goes to the final. And I feel so bad for Azmi and Kamil and Fadel because they already tried their best, and yeah, that hurt so much because hearing only me go to the final. So after that, Ustaz Riza tell me to make a slide for the presentation, and for Azmi, Kamil, and Fadel, they are just relaxing. So I was like, I'm so stressed. What should I do? I think I would lose. Like I will fight against Python and Tukebel. These two things are, I think, more better than Scratch. Like, okay, I think I will lose. Like a Python. Like I thought the winner was like this: 1 winner from Scratch, 1 winner from Tukebel, and 1 winner from Python. So when I heard the 3rd winner was from Scratch, I feel like, oh no, I think I'm going to lose, like that.
so is there younger people who entered the competition at
Oh,
Al-Hazeen Kids Coding
yes.
competition?
There is like a young little girl, and when she was presenting about the slide about her game, she used Japanese language mixed with Indonesian.
Ah,
So, what were you feeling when the Al-Hazeen Kids competition announced that you are the winner, the first place?
I feel like, oh my god, I'm so grateful because this is a national competition. Actually, I ever joined a national competition with IDN national competition, but the contestants were also at IDN too, like IDN students. So IT versus IT, English versus English, Dinia versus India, so like mind games. So when I entered the Al-Hazeen competition, I don't know the other people's skills, like maybe they are good at making coding using Python, maybe they're good at making game or design with Tukebel and Scratch, like that. Yeah.
you said that there's someone that entered the competition that is from IDN Jungle, or I don't know, IDN what. But have you met them, or you just saw, like, look at them? Maybe?
Oh, I ever met them. One of them are brother Akmal. So he joined the Tukebel competition and he didn't make it to the final. So the first time that I met him was in IDN national competition. So when we are at the competition, so brother Akmal comes and then talk with Azmi because Azmi is brother Akmal's friend. And then we introduce ourselves together, like from Julian, Farzan, like be friends. And then like, so in that time I realized that he will join because I know that he will like design.
Okay, so When you were presenting your game, did you use mixed language or just Indonesian language?
Uh, at the first, I was thinking like, I think we should use Indonesian language because maybe they don't understand English language. So when I use Indonesian language, after I'm done, the girl that makes Japan with English comes and then like mix. So everybody was like, whoo, and because of that, I feel like, oh no, I'm going to lose.
Okay.
Oh yeah. So, um, I'm sorry if this is a different topic, but when you, before you join IDN, did you, can you speak English already?
Oh, so let me tell you my story. How can I speak English? So when I was born, my dad and my mom give me like letter cards, and inside the cards there are like some vocabularies like car, and then down there is the picture of the car, and then lots of that, and then that's the first time I learned English when I was born, and then and then when I call my parents, I didn't call ayah or bunda, I called mama and papa.
Yeah.
And then after that, when my dad already buy me a TV, I watch English commercial like baby first. So when I was baby, I watched that, and I learned lots of vocabularies from that, although not too much. And then after that, in the first grade, in the kindergarten, I cannot speak Indonesian because of a lot of speaking English. And my aunt, which is the teacher in the kindergarten, teaches me some Indonesian language like saya, like maybe it's introducing ourselves using Indonesian language. So after that, I can mix a little with in English and Indonesia, although Indonesia is still like 50%. And then after that, my mother signed me to join a English course that my aunt recommended me. The name is EF, English First. So the thing that I like it is because there is a lot of characters that is so unique, and there is a lot of teachers from other countries, and I learned in EF for 6 years. So from first grade to sixth grade, and then after I go to IDN, I quit EF, and so that's why I can speak English. And when I was in, as I know, when I was in third grade, that's the time that I can mix English with Indonesian. So Indonesian 100% and English 100%. So that's why in some classes in IDN, I sometimes ask like, what's the meaning of blah 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 blah, and then the teacher like explain me the meaning of that. There's like some vocabularies from Indonesian that I didn't know, and some vocabularies from English that I didn't know. And knowledge is so wide, so maybe we know this knowledge and maybe we don't know this knowledge, so keep learning.
So, you said that you learned English in IF for 6 years. When you learn English, do you feel like it's a challenge or it's easy?
Easy, although it's not too easy because there are some students that also are more pro than me when speaking English. So I was the nerd in that class. Like I use glasses, bringing books, read the book, and I was a calm student in the EF. So I wasn't that very active, but when there's like a mini game, so in EF there are also some mini games. So I joined mini game, and I was so excited. I'm active at that time when I was first grade in EF. When I was first grade, I'm a calm person, a nerd person, a loner, and then in second grade until sixth grade, I'm active again.
Okay, so back to the Al-Hazeen topic. So, I heard that the competition goes for like, when it starts, it goes for 1 hour and 30 minutes. And is the coding basic or complex? And how did you be able to do it?
So there are three things that will get a score if we did it. a complex UI, simple coding, and speaking skills. And I did all of them, and it was 90 for my score.
Wow.
My friends was like 80 or not 70, and I was 90. And then so I did a complex UI, like the character, all of them are full with the animations. And but for the coding it's simple, like I use next custom a little bit, and I use glide, not moving and repeat like that. I only use glide. Okay, next.
So, do you feel like you have made your parents proud?
Oh, yes, because when Ustad Riza tell me, when Mr. Abil tell me, like, Arjuna, you make your parents smile, you make your mother smile. Actually, I was crying. Like, oh my god, I never see my mom smile so white before. When I was elementary, I didn't get a smile from my mom, but I got a slap from my mom. Because I was a bad person when I was elementary. Like, I don't want to learn, I only want to play games. And because of IDN, thank you very much IDN, I'm changing my personality. Maybe there are some mistakes from me, like I sometimes a little bit dirty, but alhamdulillah, I'm a little bit a good kid right now, and my mom is so proud of me.
So, at the competition, did you use blocks or variables?
Both. So variable is used for like controlling the audio, and then for making the scores and controlling the animations, and for the rest of the block codes. So I use all of the block codes and one secret block code, which is text for speech.
Okay, so Ustad Shahran says that our game has a lot of code that is broadcast. Is it right?
Yes, because because when Al-Hazeen, the score is from simple coding, right? And if I use variable, not broadcast, it will be a complex coding. So that's why I use broadcast. It's more simple and it will make my score more add.
So, when you see other people in the competition, like their games, like, do you think like, oh my god, they're so better or like that?
So I was like, oh my god, like the game is so cool and the presenting is cool, but not all of them. For me, in my opinion, some of their presentations are good, but not all of them. And there is one game that make me like, oh my god, this game will win. So it was a space shooting game where the main character is an Indonesian flag, and then there is like a bouncing ball, a Japan ball comes and then trying to destroy Indonesia, so we need to shoot it. Pew, 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 pew. And the design, the everything, the animation, the effect is so good, and I was like, oh my god, I'm going to lose.
Okay, so have you feel like ever giving up in a competition?
Yes, it was in the national competition. So I joined the storytelling competition, and there were 5 finalists. So there is one student from IDN, I don't know. So he is telling a story about Ir Soekarno, and his English was good, the gesture was good, and I was like, oh no, I will lose. Like the third winner got announced, and then the second winner got announced, and for the first winner, the third winner got announced, but the second winner, it wasn't me but that kid, and the first winner was me. But before that thing got announced, my friend Julian like motivate me. It's alright, I know that you can win, like blah blah blah, your storytelling is good, I know you can do it, be confident, like that.
Okay, so I saw your game, and then I see that you made some voice for the characters, and I was thinking like, in the competition, I think it's going to be so loud, like other people talking. So how did you make the voice yourself?
Okay, so at home, I already prepare for the voice. So I record the audio for the dialogue and I save it. So when I was making the game, I make the design, and for the coding, I just need to export the sound. So that's the thing that make the game is not noisy.
Okay. So, um, there was a lot of people in the Al-Hazeen Kids competition. What is your opinion about Al-Hazeen Academy?
So my opinion is that Al-Hazeen is unique. Like their name is like a boarding school that teaches Islamic things, right? No, actually, it's not a boarding school. It's a course. I thought it was a boarding school. So when I heard like Jago coding, Jago IT, so I think oh they're IT too. Like they're familiar like IDN. So that's the thing that make me like Al-Hazeen, and I like Al-Hazeen because some of the members, some of the person that helped for the competitions are nice people. Like, can I share the link for my presentation? And oh yeah. Give it to this Gmail. Okay, like that.
So, did your parents get to come to see you to the competition, or like at your home they just motivate you like good luck like that? I don't know.
Oh, before we go to the ICE BSD, my mom say, good luck ya, keep your spirit, be the best. I know you can do it, yeah. Mom will always pray for you to be the winner. Okay, yeah, blah blah blah. And then we go using a car, and then when we arrived, when I was doing the coding, when I'm done, like, okay, we're done, and I see my mom, wah, like that. And I didn't see my dad because my dad is in a job outside the city, so only my mom and my little brother.
Okay. What was your favorite game? Or when you play it with your brother?
It was Roblox or not Minecraft, because open world game.
Okay.
So, what time did you arrive at the competition?
The MC when technical meeting said that we need to arrive before 30 minutes, and then we go in the morning after taking shower and do presentation and making a slide. We arrive and then like we practice to speed run at making games. And is it like 1 minute or is it like 1 hour or not? And then Riza said, oh yeah, I think you can do it. I know guys, okay, we can do it. Yeah, okay, blah. And then when I was at the competition, the time is almost up and there are few bugs inside. Like, oh no, why is this character not coming out? Actually, in the game, I'm going to make 3 mini games: Petak Umpet, Egrang, and Galasin. Because the time is running out and there are few bugs, I need to focus on the bugs. So only 2 games.
Okay. I forgot. What do you feel? How many? Sorry, I forgot.
Okay.
Do you have any questions?
So, when you won at first place, how do you feel about it?
I feel hooray, because there are 3 reasons. Like, I got the big trophy. It's more bigger than me, not too bigger. Like, it's like it's like large. And then I got money, 2 million as I know, and I'm going to buy a laptop. Ooh, so if I get money, I was like, hey, I'm going to get new laptop. And then the third thing that makes me happy is my mom. She smile.
Okay, I heard from Brother Shifan that 8th grade are going to Japan
Oh yes.
for IDN mengajar. Are you going Are you going to enter it? In it?
I don't know, but I think I would like to go to Japan because Japan is one of my favorite countries after America. So I'm going to try to go to Japan, and then like I'm going to learn that language so that I can learn lots of language. So I can speak Javanese, although not like not too much, like 30%. I got teach by my uncle, and then I can speak English 100%, speak Indonesian 100%, and in IDN I'm going to try to speak Sundanese, but I think I'm still 0% because I still don't know the vocabularies. And if I go to Japan, I'm going to try to learn Japanese language.
Why is America is your favorite country?
Because America has like lots of English people, and it's beautiful and clean, and also I'm going to make some friends over there, and I'm going to also, if I go to America, I'm going to tell them about Indonesian cultures.
So, did you register for the competition online or at the place?
Sign up.
Yes.
So it was online using a link. So when we are doing our project, UI UX project, my teacher, Mr. Sabil, said, "Who want to join a coding competition? Who want to join Scratch competition?" And then lots of people in my class raised their hands up, starting from Azmi, Absar, and then Shitki, and then Shifan, and then me, and lots of more. So actually there is only one person that got picked, which is Azmi, but I was like, no, 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 I need to join competition. I will buy the prize using my money. So I joined competition with Azmi.
Okay, you said that brother Shifan and brother Ansar want to join the competition bio, but why didn't they get accepted?
Because I think, I don't know, maybe because between all of us, I think Azmi's presentation is more better than me, Shipan, Absar, Shitki, and his game is better. He make World War II game, pew 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 pew, like that.
So, sorry, I forgot.
So, you said that brother Azmi presentation is more better than everyone in your class. Uh, did brother Azmi present with English or Indonesian language?
I think English, because Mr. Sabil always said when presenting like UI UX or blah blah blah, English. Why? It's for upgrading our English speaking skills and for making our mind is connected with English language, so that we sometimes can speak English, sometimes we can speak Indonesian, like not like brother Nafi before, he cannot speak Indonesian, but because of IDN always presenting using English language, always do demo video with English language, he can speak English 50% maybe, because some grammars that he did, there are some mistakes, but he will always improve his skill. And some of my friends in 8th grade also can speak English, like brother Ilyasa, he can speak English, but his grammar still not good, so that it's all right because they are going to upgrade their skills again.
So, when you arrive at the Al-Hazeen competition, are there so many people? Or a few?
Thousands of people, like
What?
there's one hall and there's one little place that's for the coding competition, and inside the giant hall there's a lot of Muslim people, and then there is a lot of also audience that are watching our presentation. Like I was like shaking, I got goosebumps when I go in front of the stage.
Okay. Do you think that you are the best in English in your class?
No, Azmi is also good. Not all of no, like there's no perfect human in this world. Like the only perfect human among other human is the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But I think Azmi is more better than me because Azmi is the pro player at grammar and I'm just good at vocabularies.
Okay, so um, when you I forgot again.
Okay. Another question. Do you think that um, you are, sorry, do you ever feel jealous of your friends in the eighth grade?
I ever when the MIT competition app inventor, yeah, so two of my friends Kamil and Azmi joined and I was like, I want to join. I didn't cry but it's alright. Maybe there's some competition and I ever be jealous when I did a competition but the what yeah but the time is already up so I didn't make it. I got disqualified.
Okay. I think that Brother Arjuna is amazing at making games
Yeah.
in Scratch, and I think that me and Adilio has to make you an example for us to be more motivated to making game in Scratch. So, Brother Arjuna, do you have any closing statements for this podcast?
Okay, so I will give you like some points. The first point is that when you learn using Scratch, don't just jump into other topics. Like first we're learning about the basic. Don't just jump to like hard things like my blocks, variable, list, and then cloud variable because it will make the basics well gone. The knowledge from the basics is gone. Like so you need to follow the road. Like if example this is a bridge and then this is the topics about Scratch and this is like the good topics about game Scratch. Like you need to move step forward learning like following what Ustad Shahron teach. Like don't just make a hard complex game. You need to learn the basic first and the second thing is that you need to make your imagination blow up. So like you need to make an imagination and like so you need to make a creation. You need to be creative. And also the last thing is that if you're joining a competition, you don't need to be like what scared of presenting in front of a public because that is the worst point that you will get. Like for example, I ever joined a competition and then I was speaking and I was like nervous like blah, blah, and I lose. So and also if you're making a presentation, don't read a text because it will make your presentation be ugly. And you need to be confident and stay creative.
Okay, Brother Arjuna, the viewers have a question for you, and that is, Brother Arjuna, what are your unfulfilled dreams, and what are you going to do to make them come true?
My dreams.
Unfulfilled.
My dream, I want to be an animator. And the things that I want to do is that maybe when I was already old, I will start a startup or not a YouTube account and make animations about my experience for motivating other people to be better.
Okay, Adilio,
So-
do you have any closing statements?
So okay, you guys should take this as an example to learn the basic first and then you can get to the complex thing. So and one more thing is to never give up.
Okay. Thank you everyone for watching, and
Yes.
thank you Brother Arjuna for answering our questions.
Yes.
I'm Aubrey.
And I'm Adelio.
Thank you for watching. Assalamualaikum
Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Adieu.
Bye everyone.
Waalaikumsalam.